I lost over 324,000 followers on Instagram. Here's my plan to rebuild $1 million brand on Instagram.
Fat Daddy, baby.
My name is Daniel Destine, aka the Real Fat Danny. I've been a full-time entrepreneur since I was 22 years old. So when I graduated college in 2019, about a year later, I was able to start being a full-time entrepreneur. It's been 6 years now since I've been a full-time entrepreneur, so I'm very grateful for the path and the place that I'm in right now. And along this journey, I've learned that it definitely comes with ups and downs. The 324,000 plus followers that I built on Instagram took me 8 plus years, y'all. Imagine building something for 8 long years and then you wake up the next morning and it's gone. I literally woke up, opened up Instagram like it was just another regular day. I was going to make a post like normal, something about credit or business or financial literacy. I don't talk about nothing crazy on social media. And I saw a notification that said, your Instagram account has been permanently disabled. And I'm like, this has to be a mistake. Like, I'm literally like, no, this has to be some type of mistake, an error, a joke. And I refresh Instagram, I go back and it still says the same thing. So I'm like, what is going on? There is no way that they banned me. Someone that talks about credit, financial literacy, making money online. I don't talk about anything crazy that, I should be banned for. So why am I banned? Apparently, my account wasn't following community guidelines, whatever that means. So as we speak, I actually finally, after long, like months, this happened back in April. So for months, I've been trying to reach, Meta support, Instagram support, whatever the case may be. And I could never reach a real human. It was the AI, Metabot, and all this sort of stuff. And so it literally took forever until I finally was able to reach a Meta agent. She's been so kind. We've been talking over the phone and stuff. So I'm hoping for a resolve, y'all. So y'all stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe and just stay updated for what's about to happen, because I'm left with two options. Either one, which is the option I already started pursuing, which is I started a new Instagram account. Or two, pray to God that I get my Instagram account back. And if I get that thing back, we are back and popping. Because y'all, with that Instagram account, I was able to make anywhere from $10,000 a month to $40,000 a month or more, depending on the month. And of course, we were scaling, we were going through, growth, and there are different ups and downs and stuff like that. But to lose that Instagram channel, y'all, we definitely took a hit. It took a hit. Now, here's what I learned through the process, though. See, as I was building my Instagram channel, the good thing is that I didn't solely rely on Instagram. I have a Facebook channel. I have YouTube. I have TikTok. And so thankfully, while I was building my Instagram, I was also building multiple other platforms. And so I built over 68,000 on TikTok. And by the way, my original TikTok page, I had over 300,000 followers as well. And they banned my TikTok page. This was back in like 2021 or something, 2022. And so ever since then, I have a new TikTok page. We have 68,000 followers on there, 200,000 followers on Facebook. We're growing on YouTube, over 26,000 subscribers on YouTube, which I'm very grateful for. And I'm glad that I did not solely rely on Instagram. If you're starting a business or you have a business right now and you're on social media or you plan to get on social media, I'll tell you right now, one of the biggest things I learned, and not that I necessarily learned it because thankfully I did it, but I did it originally not necessarily thinking about what if my platform goes down on one of these platforms, because I never imagined my page would be banned. I don't do anything crazy, so I didn't think it would ever be banned. I was just thinking about omnipresence marketing. That's why I did have my platform on all platforms, my channel on all platforms, because as a business owner, you want to be on every channel that you can. A lot of businesses don't have success because nobody knows them. You don't have attention, you don't have sales. So we were on every platform, y'all. I mean, the reality is though that I learned that I'm grateful that I did apply myself to every platform because your channel can get taken down. Y'all, we don't own these platforms, so anything can happen. So one thing that I learned and I'm sharing with you if you have a business is that you do not want to just rely solely on one channel because you never know what can happen. So you want to be on every channel, y'all. So while I'm waiting to see and I'm praying and hoping that we do get my Instagram channel back, I'm still ready to go for whatever happens. I already started a new page. Make sure you guys follow me on there as well. The Real Fat Danny Official on Instagram. That's my new page. But hopefully I get this page back. The Real Fat Danny was my original page. I'm praying that I get it back. But like I said, I'm grateful that I did not only rely on Instagram because when I first lost my TikTok page that had over 300,000 followers, that's when I realized, especially, that anything could happen to any one of my pages. But Instagram, I never thought it would happen. I won't lie to y'all. But I think there's something going on with their AI. Apparently, Instagram or Meta fired like over 8,000 employees because they're trying to implement AI into their business, eliminate employees, lower their costs, and use AI to grow Meta and Facebook and Instagram. And look, I am not necessarily mad at Instagram and Meta for using AI to do so, but what I am mad about is the fact that as a Meta verified person, as a blue check mark person, whatever you want to call it, having over 300,000 followers, having an account for over 8 years, you should definitely not be getting banned without being able to speak to somebody, without being able to have manual review by a real human being. So thankfully, I was able to reach somebody, and I'm hoping that the manual review team can do me some justice, right? Because emotionally, y'all, it was a toll, like it was a tax. I mean, I'm a typically confident and strong individual. Of course, we all have our ups and downs. I like to stay confident and positive, thanks to God. I find my strength in God and all that great stuff, right? But at the end of the day, emotionally, y'all, it was a tax. It was a tax. Not only did we lose opportunity for revenue and stuff like that, but outside of the money, y'all, all the relationships I had, friends, from back in the day, relationships that I've grown, whether it be through college, whether it's from high school, whether it be, through my ventures, traveling around the world, doing business in different areas, networking with different people from different events over the years, family, business partners, the list goes on and on. The amount of connections that I lost, I mean, it's a tax. It's a tax. To do something for 8 years, connect with people for so long, and then you lose it all, and you're not even doing nothing crazy. It's crazy work, right? So yeah, I was a little emotional, and yeah, it does hurt. But at the end of the day, as a business owner, you got to roll with the punches. You know that when things happen, unexpected things are going to happen in life, and it's not what happens to you; it's about how you respond to what happens to you. So the way I responded, I immediately made a new Instagram channel right when that happened. But at the same time, I fought every day to try to figure out how to get my account back. Because emotionally, it sucks. You have to focus on building your business now, focus on, what's happening now. But then the toll of knowing that you lost everything that you built, it's sort of like a trauma, like a PTSD. Like as I build this new page, it's almost like every time I open Instagram, I'm a little triggered. Like I'm like, I hope I don't get another warning or something. I hope I don't get this page banned, right? But I say all that to say, not to discourage you, if you are looking to build on social media, because thanks to social media, that is why I've been able to be a full-time entrepreneur for the last 6 years at 28 years old, is because of social media. It's because content and getting online allows you to connect with people all around the world. And see, you can build in your local hometown, which is great, and you should definitely do that. I spent predominantly the first few years of my business in my local hometown, in Maryland. I live in Maryland, right? So that's predominantly where I initially started to grow, my business. But what happened was the pandemic. Once the pandemic happened, social distancing, everything was closed, all that sort of stuff, right? So we had to get online. But thankfully, I already knew about social media marketing and online marketing and stuff like that prior to, mixed with a little bit of business knowledge from things that I learned from school when I went to Towson University, to after I graduated. Even during Towson, when I was at Towson, I was investing into different conferences, mentorships, programs, seminars, and when I graduated. So I've used all this information and knowledge to build my platform when I started to get online. Predominantly, initially, I was helping business owners grow their social media, but this was the perfect time for me to now implement all the things that I've helped other businesses do and help other business owners implement for their businesses when it comes to marketing. Now I was able to start doing it for mine. We got to 300,000 on TikTok. We started blowing up on Instagram and on Facebook. And so here we are today, 6 years later. So another thing that I've learned is that, even through all the ups and downs that I've faced through these 6 years, anytime that you face an obstacle with the right perspective, with the right mindset, and you put action towards it in the right faith, you will win. Whether it goes in your favor initially or not, you can always learn from it. You can always grow from it. Whatever happens to you doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. Everything is a learning lesson. So even when I lost this Instagram channel, it was emotional and it sucks and everything I just told you guys, but I've also been learning. I've also been learning so much more about myself, my likes, my dislikes, my boundaries, the information that I really do know and I'm able to implement. you know, Thankfully the resources I have, the software, the knowledge I've learned and implemented, that does not get taken away from you. See, just because your platform and your profile gets taken down does not mean that they can take the knowledge from you. That's why they say education is power. Knowledge is key, knowledge is power, but really applied knowledge is power as well. Because once you have that knowledge and you apply it, that's what brings the results into your life. So even though I lost all these followers, lost my Instagram page, and prayerfully we get it back, at the end of the day, they cannot take my knowledge from me. They can't take my grind from me. They can't take away, the perspective, the perception that I have about business, the things that I've learned, my experiences. And so thankfully, I can build it right back. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's exactly what we're doing right now, no matter what happens. And that's why I'm documenting the process. Another thing that I learned after losing my Instagram is that I want to start documenting the process more. Because as I grow back to hundreds of thousands of followers again, or if I get my page back again, I really want to show you guys the process of what it's like. A lot of times when people meet me or people that even have known me my whole life are like, Dan, you make it look so easy. Or, Dan, you must be, like they just think it's a picture perfect life or something. They think it's all easy just because I haven't had to work at a job for some years now and I'm in my 20s. It doesn't mean that life was picture perfect. As an entrepreneur, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have ups and downs. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. It's going to be a roller coaster emotionally. It's going to be a roller coaster financially, right? That's why it's important to have a strong mindset. It's important to keep the people that you love close to you. It's important to keep true to yourself. Continue to be yourself. Never change for nobody. Don't change for nobody, not for a client, not for, your family, your friends. Don't change for who you think other people, what you think other people think of you. Don't think about none of that. Think about who you're serving, what you have to offer the world, and just be yourself and do it tenaciously. Okay? Don't worry about other people's opinions. A lot of times people never get to where they want to be in life because they're worried about the opinions of their friends, family, and neighbors. But I want you not to be that person. I want you to go out here and build that brand. Take the risk, make the sacrifices because I promise you it's all worth it. I promise you that even though I lost my profile, all of those years, I would never take anything back because through this process, God has taught me so much more about myself. And I'm able to now apply all the things that I've learned over these years and just rebuild. But now I get to show people the journey. Now I get to show people the ups and downs, that I've been through and that you're going to go through so that hopefully you can skip some of the downs that, could be along the way. That's what a mentor is for. They already been somewhere. They can show you where to go, what potholes to miss, what route to take that'll save you a whole bunch of time, right? So that's why you want to have mentors. See, I've invested thousands and thousands of dollars, not just in getting my degree in business, but also into mentorship, y'all. And that is one of the keys to success, because mentorship, I truly believe, is like the cheat code to life. And so I hope that the journey that I'm going to document with you guys and show you guys the rebuild, or even if I get it back, I'm still going to show you guys how to build on social media, how to build your business, how to build your brand. You see, my goal is, to impact over 1 million lives. Ideally, my goal is to help 100 people become financially independent or free this in 2026, right? On top of that, my goal is that we are 10xing our goal every year. And so Instagram, they kind of put a pushback on our goal, on our progress a little bit, but we're going to build, y'all. We're going to rebuild. We're going to get this going. My goal is to impact as many people as I can along the way. As I'm documenting this rebuild, I want you to subscribe to this channel so that you can get the tips and the tricks, and you can learn from my experiences. A wise man once told me that, a smart person learns from their experiences, but a wise person learns from the experiences of others as well. So I want you to be wise. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you follow me for more wealth conversations, and let's get to it, y'all.
Fat Daddy, baby.